Good evening, afternoon, and morning, depend upon which part of the world you are living. Welcome to the Jaw Talk Show and Assalamu alaikum from Amir Yusufi and Sayyid Jawad Shah. You can
And
watch our
namaste.
live show on Facebook page and YouTube channel SOT.JAH. Assalamu alaikum, Jawad. How are you?
I'm good, Amir. How are you? I'm pretty fine. However, the tough time of Corona has challenged our mental capabilities. It's a time to have a strong nerves, man. I mean, every
Yeah.
individual on the planet Earth has been challenged, uh,
Yeah.
and with the second wave.
I think this was required from you can say the in early days, and this is required all of the time. It's not depend upon not COVID-19 or not COVID-19. But yes, you are absolutely right. In these days, now the importance is increased and the awareness has been increased, and everyone is talking about what is the mental strength and how we need to improve the mental strength in these days,
You see, the
especially.
challenges the challenges has been unprecedented.
Hmm.
Somehow when in our normal lives, in a normal circumstances, I mean the old circumstances, we might have mentors who would guide us through. They would have
Yeah.
gone through the same phase. Corona, nobody have seen anything, so it's a
Yeah.
new challenge. It's a
People,
new
but
it
people has
requires a
not
new
seen
approach
yet.
and mental
Yeah,
strength.
the corona is nobody can see.
Did not see any, nobody has any experience around it, you see.
Yeah,
So that is why we actually thought to talk about the mental strength. That is the
yeah,
reason, because the challenge that we have, and for that we have requested, and today our honorable guest is Mr. Venkat. If
yeah.
you welcome him in the
Sure.
show.
Welcome, Vedkat, in the studio. Thank you for accepting our invitation.
Hello, Amir, and hello, Jawad, and hello, audience. Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning, everybody. Namaste and salam alaikum to
Walaikum
everyone.
assalam.
Namaste to you, and walaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
So let me introduce a short introduction because Venkat is this is second time he appear in our show. So Venkat is corporate leader, as most of the people know about that, and he is currently based in India, but he worked in many countries, and last assignment was in US for long period of time. He's a corporate leader, and he worked in different department. My favorite department is in supply chain and SHEQ. Both have he has worked, and then project management, engineering, fabrication, and a lot of others. And
Wow.
I have you can say that a lucky person because now I'm very close to him nowadays, and because I'm reporting to him as well. So I have learned a lot of exercises and habits from him as well, what he is doing for himself. And especially the topic which we are going to discuss on the mental strength, how you can improve your mental strength, and how you what we have just discussed about, Jawad, with you, and especially COVID-19. The situation is very tough, and everyone is in anxiety, and everyone has most of the people is in anxiety and in different situation. So I am pretty much sure our audience and we are ourselves as well, we will learn a lot in this 30 to 40-minute session.
Great to have you, Mr. Venkat, with us. As Amir took a little while to explain, you see, I would direct post a question to you. First of all, let's, for the people who might not get this terminology or the term that we are using, what is mental strength and mental health?
Okay, before I go to mental strength, I think I heard you guys talk about COVID, right? And the
Yeah,
challenges that it's bringing to us, right?
yeah.
But one thing I want to reflect upon our own lives, right? If we
Mhm.
look upon our life is uncertain, right? We have ups and downs all the time, right? And it's COVID has just added to more of it, right?
Mm.
So for me, the mental strength is basically has three areas. One is the emotional part of it, right?
Mm.
And
Mm.
also it has the social part of it and the physical part of it, right? When we say mental, people are thinking only related to the mind, right? Yes,
Mm.
but these
Mm.
other two factors do contribute. So for me, mental strength is simply to put us, to face in any adverse conditions. How does one react, and how does one not react? How does one act? right? Because when you react, you're not in your original form of life, right? When you act, you think, you pause, and you act. And then, mental strength is like you throw any situation, any challenge. How do I calm down, step back, and act on it? And how do I build that mental strength? And today, if I look around, I mean, yes, COVID definitely has added the challenge to all of us around the world. And, I would say there's a lot of positivity with COVID, right? I mean, people are only talking about negative things. Let's focus on positive things too. So for mental strength, it's really important to touch upon the positive things. So first thing I would say is, let's start a day, every day, talking about something positive, so that we all make our lives much more meaningful and share positive, right? Negative thing is always there, right? If you open a newspaper, there's negativity. If you read something, let's speak about positives in life, right? For me, COVID brought in a lot of positives, right? So for me, mental strength is all about facing the adversity, taking it, accepting the situation as is, and then stepping back and see what is there in my hands that I can control, and how do I go about it.
So, Venkat, very beautifully narrated. I mean, holding what happened and then sorting out what the reaction should be requires a lot of capability. I mean, strongness, as I said earlier, because the processes the information and taking the emotions out of it, isn't it a challenge itself?
It is, right? I know, for example, we are all social beings, right? I don't want to call ourselves as social animals. Human beings are all social, right? No matter where we are, we want to meet people, greet people, talk to them, learn more about them, right? So when something like this affects us, right? Always we need to take step back and then take time to see what is going on around us and not just react, right? That's very, very important for us to keep in mind in any challenging situation, right? So that's where the mental strength starts for me, right? Any challenge that poses, right? In life is uncertain. Today we are here, right? We don't know when we are going to die. Does anyone on the show knows when we are going to die? I'm not sure. And we talk about uncertainty, right? Uncertainty prevails every minute in our life, but we always want certainty, and that's what causes the problem.
So we want the impossibility to be a possible, and that becomes our problem, right?
No, impossible, you can make it possible, but you need to have a plan and work towards it. Not just to say, hey, I want it to be possible, and keep worrying and not acting. That's what I see today happening.
Venkat, just to put it in a numerical way, I remember a fact by Dr. Edward de Bono. He's a parallel thinking guru and all that. In one of his books, he states that more than 70% of the people react emotionally whenever things happen. And you said one should not be reactive and rather active and do their own actions. The two things, the difference, and to go from the reactive to the active, how would you do it? And I think that's again a difficult thing.
Yeah, but we'll touch upon a technique that we could use, all of us, including myself, right? Say, if we reflect on our life, when we react, just reflect for a minute. When we reacted on situations, was the outcome in favor of us? I will say 90% of time it won't be, right? If Javed Mianda wanted to hit a 6 in the last ball of Chetan Chauhan, if he just reacted, right? Or likewise, Srikanth hitting a 6, in a cricket match, if they think reacting, no, they have to pause and be ready and time the ball, right? So in our lives, it's the same thing. If we react, the outcome will be not the way we want. That's why we always say, the decisions you make will be hasty when you are in in a challenging situation and you make a hasty decision, that won't help you. So you need to pause and step back, right?
But Venkat, do you think is it quite difficult as well? For example, when the situation will come. So this is the you can say the human nature is that we are reacting so fast on any activity or things, especially which you don't like it. So how we can improve ourselves not to be that reactive, and we take pause and then we act.
So let me say, you said human self is reactive. It's just based on experience and assumptions. As kids,
Yep.
we are not like that, right? When I'm born, I'm always happy, smiling, giggling, and going after my mom, right? But as we grow, we got experiences and we learn some things, and that's how we become and molded ourselves to be reactive. And reaction comes because of what? Ego, right? It's all about the ego. I am speaking. I know this. I can do it. That's what we put in front of us, and not the challenge or situation. Right?
Jawad, you are on mute. I have muted because
Amir
you
has
have a lot
put
of
me-
questions. Yeah, I have.
Amir has put me on mute. I object. Sir, I object. Mr. Das. Uh, then, as we were discussing in a couple of days back about the show, I remember you said that there are 5 P's in the life: practice, 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 and practice. And that actually struck my mind. It is true, because every sportsman keeps practicing, and then makes it to the practice makes a man perfect. So what are the practice required to be all the time take an action rather reaction?
Yeah.
What practices are required? Because I think that will need a lot of practice.
So Jawad, thanks for asking. Simple techniques we will talk about. One technique we will do today, right? So before I go there, first let me talk about breath, right? In my first show also I touched upon this, right? The first act we do when we are born is breathe in, and the last act we do is breathe out. But in between, we don't focus on our breath, right? And breath is always with us, right? I don't need to go to the gym. I don't need to go and push up. Nothing. Breath is with me. So we'll just focus on how much capacity of breath each one of us have. And when you focus on the breath, you come to the present, right? And our emotions are related to breath. Say if you're angry, your breath pattern changes. If you're happy, your breath is calm and quiet, longer breaths, right? So we'll do a simple exercise if you allow me to demonstrate.
Sure. We are waiting for that exercise. Yeah.
Okay. So what we will do is we'll put a hand on our chest, and then we'll put a hand on our stomach, and then we close our eyes and observe our breath. Okay. Couple of breaths we'll take. And tell me what is happening with the hand movement. We'll first start with Jawad. You have to unmute Jawad. I think Amir is trying to mute you.
No, he is doing himself.
He did it again. He did it again. I tell you. So when I breathed in, the chest hand went up, and then later the hand on the stomach went up. And when I was breathing out, the stomach hand went down, and then the chest hand went down.
That's very good to hear, Jawad. So basically, when you breathe in, both have went up, and when you breathe out, both went inside, right? For many people, we can ask in the audience just to put their comments, right? For some of the people, one hand goes up and one hand goes down. So that's not a good breathing practice, right? So when we normally take with our nostrils, right, our breath capacity is very shallow. If I breathe in, I can only take that much time, and I can breathe out only that much time. But we will learn a technique called Ujjayi breath. It's called Ujjayi. Yeah, Ujjayi stands for victorious in Sanskrit. Victorious. Okay. So here in this technique, what we do is when we breathe in with the nostril, we'll restrict through the throat. I'll just demonstrate. With that, we can increase the breath capacity. we can take deep breaths. Okay, I'll make it, you'll hear me making a sound, but it's like a snoring sound. When you snore, right, we all snore as we grow old, right? It's nothing but coming from the throat, right? So let's take and observe how I do it, and then I want everybody to try, right?
Yeah, sure.
Can you feel
Yes.
the length of the breath is much more than normal breathing?
Yes. Yes, we have observed this
Yes,
one.
and number two, you breathe in less and you breathe out more.
That's
Yeah.
correct, Devad. You caught it.
Yeah.
Yes. So what we will do as a technique is we
Two
breathe
for
in
me,
for a couple.
0 for Amir.
Yes. So what we do is when we breathe in, we count for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you hold for 4. You have to hold the breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we breathe out, and then say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Count. That's where you said longer breathe out, and then you hold 1, 2, and then breathe in. Okay. The importance of holding is very important for everybody to understand. When you hold, that's when the cleansing in the body happens. When we hold the breath, the cleansing in the body happens. Okay, so this is very important. Can we all practice, for 3 rounds? Okay,
Yeah.
we'll just close our eyes and we will all practice. Okay, but we make the sound purposefully and with awareness. We'll make the sound. Okay,
Sure.
and with a big smile on our face. That's very important. Okay, with a big smile on our face, we'll all do this. Okay, if you want to close your eyes, it's fine. If you want to keep it open, it is fine. Okay, but just don't wink it. Okay, that's not allowed.
By the way, I did last time.
Okay, we'll do that right away. Okay, let's breathe in, hold, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold, 2. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold, 2. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold, 2, and relax. You can gently open your eyes. How do you feel, Jawad?
Wow. Very
Very
relaxed.
good, but breathing in was very difficult.
Hmm.
Why was it difficult?
I don't know. I mean, on 3 or after 2, I lost breathing in. I was bad.
Practice, 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 practice.
Yes, 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 yes.
I didn't know
Oh,
what
it's
to do
great.
now. I
Yeah.
couldn't breathe.
See, that is where, when we breathe in normally, we don't pay attention, and the breath is so shallow. And our system, if you see, breath can go anywhere in the body, right? And it can cleanse because it's what? It's a gas, it's air, right? It can go in any part of the body and cleanse the system. And if you have a pain in certain part of the body, you focus there while you're breathing in, breathe out, it cleanses that part of the body immediately.
Oh, this is a new point. Yeah, that's good.
Right. So to answer you, Jawad, how do I not react? I just focus on my breath. and calm down, right?
Mhm.
And
So
then
Amir has always.
But so it will work at
No,
home as well, Venkat?
no.
with your wife as well, if
Yeah.
that is what you're
No,
looking
because
for.
when we start this breathing, you say you are not listening, you are just breathing. So it will be a problem maybe.
But but it's not a problem. You can say,
No, it's
honey,
just
I
kidding.
need one. No, I'm saying, honey, I need a minute to breathe in properly because there's too much asking here.
Uh, it's good exercise for Jawad. Jawad, you must do it. Okay. So Venkat, let's come to
I
the
must. I must.
now. Yeah. So we understand about the one exercise. Thank you very much for giving this exercise. And I'm pretty much sure the audience who are watching us, they have already done and they will do the practice 5 times. Venkat has already mentioned, which Jawad has initiated. 5 times you need to practice on these exercises. Otherwise, it will be a little bit difficult early days when you will be started. But how this mental strength, okay, so it will be, you can relate with the personal and professional mindset and professional productivity, you can say that, because you are a corporate leader, so maybe it will be help on our audience. Yeah.
So see, mental strength, when you are in a good frame of mind, right, and you are very calm and you have a good presence, you will have better focus and better productivity, right?
Yeah.
You will ask the right questions, right? You will not react and ask the wrong questions, right? You will go and ask for help with the right people. You will look for collaboration, right? You will go to improve relationships, right? You don't go to fight with somebody, so your relationship improves. So see, corporate world is no different for me than my family. I always
Yeah.
tell this, in safety, in everywhere, right? Everything I relate to my family. In corporate world, my boss is, if I imagine, is my brother or my father if he's older, and if he says something and you take it easily, half the problem is gone. The problem is acceptance and expectation. I would put it two things, right? The problem comes because of not accepting it or expecting something. Just reflect on this, as you think, as you go into the corporate world, right? If you accept the situation and then you can do what is in your control, you will have a better result. And then if you don't set the expectation or higher, I mean, you need to accept certain deviations in life. Nobody is perfect, and we all know that. And that's
Yeah.
why God has created so many different fruits, so many different beings, all of us in different shapes and sizes, right?
Yeah.
So we have to learn, some things are okay the way it is and move forward.
Okay, so the one thing is practice, which we have learned from the exercise, and I'm pretty much sure everyone will do it. What are the habits? You can tell us about the habits which we can say, utilize, or we can learn about that, and we can practice to improve our mental strength.
The first thing I'll say is letting go. Let
Let
go.
it go. Okay, let
Let
go.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's something that happened. You have to let go because it's in the past already. And I cannot change the past. Can I? I
No.
can't change the past. I think in the present, focus on my breath, come here, think what I can do, which is in my control. That's the first important thing, is let go.
Let
Right?
go.
Yeah. Two is have faith. Have faith. If a problem comes to you or a challenge comes to us, that is given to us, have faith that it is given to me just because I can solve it. Right? Otherwise, that problem won't be given to us. If you cannot solve the problem, it is not a problem anymore. Right? If you can't solve a problem, it's not a problem anymore. It'll sit on the sideline. Right?
Yep.
So having faith, letting go is very, very important things. Right? If we don't let go, it comes back and again. But if it comes back normally, that is fine. You just observe it, and then after some time it goes away. Do you think, Amir, you remember what you ate as a breakfast 3 days ago?
No.
But some things we chew on it, and we don't let go. That's the problem for us.
Very good point. Very good point. Yeah. I think when Venkat have some internet issue.
No, I'm
No,
here.
It's okay. Okay.
he is here.
I'm just
I
pausing.
thought you had muted him also.
It will be a big mistake from my side, Johan. Can't do it. Okay, so these two very 2 points I think is a very good point. Let go and faith. So these two habits we need to be adopted if we want to improve our mental strength. So we need to be peace of mind. Yeah,
Right.
that's great.
Right. See, otherwise our mind becomes pieces. Is that what we want? You want peace of mind or pieces of mind?
Peace of mind.
Peace of mind.
Okay.
Not pieces of mind.
Yeah. No, I want to say one word. There's a word in Sanskrit called sadhana. It's called
Sadhana.
sadhana. Yeah. You said practice, right? Sadhana means self. Dhana means wealth. So your practices are your self-wealth. Okay? So if you practice, that becomes your wealth. See, our elders told us health is wealth. These days, we are leaving health and running after wealth, and then we spend wealth to gain health. Unfortunate thing, right? We are running after wealth and then gain wealth, but this fellow can't eat properly. He'll have diabetes, he'll have, BP, he'll have everything.
Yeah. So food is also a very important role, and timing of food is also important. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, mental strength, as I said, right, when I started, has 3 aspects, right? One is the physical, and then the emotional part, and the social being, right? So emotional part is where the breath comes in, the relaxation comes in. The physical part, we all have to do some exercise, some physical exercise. And physical exercise, I'll say in a different way. Another important thing for us to increase mental strength or not go into depression. These days, depression is the biggest disease, unfortunately, and it will be for future. The reason why people go to depression is always they're thinking about themselves. What about me? What about me? And also they're thinking nothing is going to change around me. Come on, wake up. Every day things change around us. Our blood's cells change every week, right? Our hair grows, everything changes. Yeah, I know, Amer, you have a tougher time there. Right? But wake up, right? The change is there, and life is not permanent either. We all have to go. But whenever we are here, let's give our 100% and enjoy life, celebrate the life with smile, giving. So what is very important is, for us, when I say physical exercise, if you can't go and walk, at least go and help others. We are all born to share. Share something that we have. We have so many talents. You guys are, wonderful hosting here, right? People are wonderful cooks. If you are a good cook, who is enjoying the people who are eating the food will enjoy, right? You don't get anything, but when you see them enjoy, you get the joy, right? People are good singers. People are good writers. So please go and share what you have, the talents that are given to us. Do one act of random act of kindness in a day. Let's start in a week. Once a week, let's do one random act of kindness. We go and help somebody that we don't know, or you go and help somebody you know, and see the instant joy that gives you. That's very important, I would say, right? From a physical standpoint. And from mental, we talked about, right? The simple exercise, and that exercise is also good when you lie down on the bed and you get good sleep. You can try. Okay. And then last thing is, I said social. Make friends. Our life is short. Go make friends. Meet family. Talk to them. Hug them. Speak to them. Be nice. See, very simple, right? When somebody knows that he has only 10 days, his behavior changes, right? He'll be nice to everybody when he knows that he'll die in 10 days. But we will be making a point that we will live here forever, and we are always, right? Not even ready to smile. Think about
I
it.
remember. Yeah, I remember your one point. When you want to be sad, you need some reason. But if you want to happy, you don't have any reason. No need to be
Yeah.
find out any reason. So that point was very good. Yeah.
Mr. Das, I mean, we have somehow touched upon a little bit, but in generally, how this mental health or the mental strength actually affects our professional lives.
So, very simple, right? In our professional life, if you are not in the right frame of mind, right, or you're always thinking about yourself and egoistic, right, your actions will be bad. Your actions will not be in the right frame of mind and not in the right direction, right? And that will create mistrust. That will create, some rift with other people, right? So when you have a good mental strength, your patience increases. You will wait and not react, right? You will wait, you will act, you will not react. Your patience level increases, your behavior increases, right? Another thing to keep in mind is go and smile with people. Start smiling and fake the smile. And as long as it becomes real, fake it. You go and fake it. You fake it until you make it. You go and smile whenever you see people smile, right? You want to be around smiling people, or you want to be around crying people?
Smiling people.
Smiling people,
No,
right?
smiling.
So, yeah. In corporate
Everybody
world,
wants to be around the smiling people.
yeah, you have positive energy and you talk nicely about others. You talk positive things. That's what people like. They don't want to be, told criticize. But when you criticize, also you have to criticize. Don't get me wrong, but be constructive and be helpful.
Yeah.
Right.
So your intention is very
So that
important.
is
Why you
again
are going to
another.
criticize? Sorry, Jawad. Go ahead.
Oh yes, and your way of criticizing someone speaks volumes. That why you are criticizing somebody. And
Right.
and Venkat, we want to have another session about giving a feedback and criticizing during the feedback. This is one hell of a thing. I mean, again, this requires a strong nerve and a strong mental capability to receive a feedback. Amir, what do you say about it?
Yeah, you are absolutely right. Yeah. So we will have a lot
Because
of discussion, I think, now around with Venkat, and I'm sure he will be our regular guest.
if he has a time.
Yeah, if he has time. Yeah.
Sure.
One more thing is, Mr. Das, that actually, and this is my personal experience, I speak from my own experience, that one thing that actually take overs all our capabilities of thinking, what regardless how deep thinkers we are, regardless how good strategists we are, one thing that take overs everything around us is the anger, the emotion of anger. Whenever it comes over us, we lose all our capabilities, we lose everything. And you touched upon it earlier also in your conversation. I just want you to put a little more details about the anger management, number one. And number two, what are main causes that actually make people angry? We see some are more angry, some are less, some takes little time to get angry. I mean, uh, and then there's a saying that when somebody is aged enough, he gets angry earlier. Same happens when somebody is teen. So what does it has a relation with the age?
I cannot speak for relationship with age. I can speak for my personal experience. Okay, I also have age now. I'm at 50, right? So as I grew, but in my case, I think with age you will also increase your patience, right? When I was a kid, my patience level was different. When I had kids, my patience level went up. Right now, my patience level is much higher. Right, accepting and things like that. So for me, when I get anger, at least having that awareness that I'm angry is very important for me. One. And two, I don't want to be angry and then spoil my mind. I want to be angry to convey the message and just leave it. That's very important to keep in mind. There's a difference. Some people are angry and they not only speak words at others, but they also spoil their mind.
Yes.
And then it hurts themselves and their health and everything deteriorates, right? It goes for a tailspin. So in anger, the important thing is having that awareness. Yeah, yes, I'm angry. Having that awareness is very important first. And then if you can cut short that anger moment or time, that's very important. And that also we have to consciously practice it. Right? Otherwise, anger is common. We are all human beings, right? Let's not act as if we are. I'm not a philosopher here, right? I get angry too, right? But at least having that awareness and making sure that we don't extend that anger for too long is very important for oneself.
So as you say, you talk about the conscious anger. I mean, if someone is angry, he is angry with his conscious mind. And generally, then there is another kind or type of anger where people lost its conscience. Do you, in your experience, have seen any technique or exercise or any way to handle that kind of an anger? I'll give you an example that happens on the road, in the road rage. I remember Amir giving us a DDC training. He used to say count from 10 to 1 and reverse counting and all that. You gave one way on the breath technique. But to be honest with you, then I mean, generally we have seen that when someone is angry, in reaction we gets angry. So we cannot control his anger. However, we can control our anger. How to put that disrespect or whatever caused that anger away? How to not think about that?
That is fundamentally because of the ego we have, right? That is why we are reacting the way we are and we get angry. That is because of ego, right? What you said previously, as the age progresses, you said anger might increase because of ego. I know a lot. I have seen a lot of life. What are you telling me? That is what hurts us, right? That consciousness is what I am talking about. Awareness is very important. We are all the same. See, if we have the belief that we are all connected, we are all one and same, then we would lessen our anger. The problem is we see us as different. You are Javad, he is Amer, he is telling me, who is he to tell me? That is what causes, right? It's very simple. If there is a belongingness, the anger is not there. The problem is there is no belongingness. That is why the anger comes in. Then somebody can ask me, we get angry with our own, with our own kith and kin. The problem is there, you can be angry to teach. Don't be angry just because you got into an argument and then your ego comes out. Because whenever you're angry, the outcomes are not good. We all know that.
Secondly, we can also say that, which you have already mentioned about the habit, let go, faith, and we need to have some action. So when you will do a start, we will do a start exercises. So maybe our mind anxiety, which is already there, and there is already a threshold point. And whenever something happens, so that threshold point has been gone, and we are angry so fast. So if we will do this exercises, so it will be helpful.
Yeah, very much. See, very simple. Anger comes because of what? Already action happened in the past.
Yes.
Anger is never about the future. You plan for the future. Anger comes because of the action that happened. A glass broke. If you be angry, you cannot fix that. But you are spoiling our mind. Right? Yeah. You went into a car race on the road, and you get angry. You're already done. your mind is there, not there, you will get into more trouble. Right? So have, anger, for anger, we have to see what is, why is it coming? It is because of my ego, right?
Yeah.
They're saying something to me. I know everything and I am this, I am that, right? That is where everything is about awareness, Jawad. Okay. And awareness comes when you take a deep breath and sigh it. And Amir is right to take a count of 1 to 10.
Okay, so thank you, Jawad, for remember that exercise. Okay, so only the one announcement, because we are closing to our show. We have still 5 to 10 minutes more to go. So I have already pasted in the comment box StreamYard link. If you have any questions and if you want to come in the studio and ask face to face with Venkat, so we are welcoming to you. So please just click on this link and you will be in the studio. We will be let you in the studio and you can ask from our guest live this question, any question which is in my mind, your mind. Okay. Yes, please. Jawad is hold up. Okay. So
Yes. So
Amar
thank you
said,
very much,
nice
Amir,
discussion.
for
All
giving me.
miseries, yeah, starts with acceptance and exception, but with 5 P's technique, moving in a positive environment, and with sadhana we can become mentally strong. Thank you for your feedback, and it's a good learning whenever we are learned. So you will type and in the comment box so you can recall and you can be easily remember these techniques. Yeah, so thank you very much.
Uh, Mr. Das, one more situation that actually happens is, or where we require more mental strength, is when we actually plan something. And there we tend to lose focus. Whatever we do, whenever we do, whatever we try to speak, we tend to lose our focus. Now, I have seen in my personal experiences, when I lose my focus, I lost the thing. How to continue the focus? How to improve the time of focus? I mean, as to say, I think that it is a time that I can focus on something. Uh, how to improve that?
Yeah. For again, power and powerful thing is the breath, and there are some techniques that we can use. See, two things that affect our focus. One is use the breath as a technique to come to the present mind, and the other thing is practicing some amount of meditation or relaxing. We don't take time to relax. See, there are two things we do opposite. One is we have to physically strain our body. These days, people don't do that. Olden days, people used to go do the farming, do the chores at the home. Physically, we have to strain the body, and body can take it, but we don't strain it. And mentally, you have to relax more, less mental. We are doing the opposite these days, unfortunately. Physically, we don't do much work. Mentally, we keep on thinking and worrying and not acting. Right? So if you have a plan, you have steps. Just focus on the steps, not on the result. The problem, Jawad, is before even you do the steps, you're thinking about your result. That is what is hurting us. If I may.
Absolutely right. Yeah, absolutely right.
Very,
So we are
very
thinking
well.
what will be happen next 5 years or next 3 years or 10 years. So we are more concerned about the uncertainty after 5 years. Yeah.
No, not just the answer. It's just about result. Oh, if I do this, I have to become a millionaire. If I do this, I have to become a doctor. Don't worry about the result. First, do your actions. Go and help people. Go and do something good for others, my friends, not just for ourselves. We are blessed. We are given so much. So the other thing to remember to have good mental strength is feel that we are blessed. We are given so much. We are blessed. You get up in the morning and say, I'm blessed. I'm breathing. I'm alive. There are billions of beings in this world. Having taken the birth of human being, that itself is a blessing. We don't need anything else. We don't need stop cribbing for anything else. We are blessed.
How to be
Absolutely
calm
right.
as you are? How to be calm from inside?
I mean, don't mistake me. I'm not calm from it within inside to say that, right? I'm still practicing, right? I'm not 100% by
But
any means.
still,
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it needs a lot of practice, right? It
even
needs.
Sadhguru says I'm not calm.
I am not. I don't want to act as if I'm calm, right? But it needs practice, and I take time to practice. That's very, very important. Giving time for yourself is important. We say we want to be good, we want to do better, but we don't take time for ourselves.
Mm.
That is the problem. We have to take time for ourselves to practice these things, and we have to take time to help others. If we do these both, we'll be good.
Mr. Das, the other day you spoke about the 3 points to keep in mind and have a little, that there was a technique that you actually kind of you were kind enough to share with us, that I am nothing, I do nothing,
Yeah, I want nothing. So whenever I
and
want
I
to
want.
sit and whenever I sit and relax,
That's
that's what I
good.
want to keep in mind for 5-10 minutes. I'm
Mm.
nothing, I want nothing, and I do nothing. And then sit and close my eyes and see what is going on in the thoughts. After some time, they subside. You have to give that time.
So we have one of our from the audience, Sri Kumar. Hi, sir. How are you? Can you hear us? No, I think he cannot hear us. Maybe some device
Hello.
problem. Yeah.
No, no,
Mr.
he was
Das.
there.
Yeah, we can hear you. What is your question from
Good
Venkat?
evening, Mr. Venkat.
Hi, Sri Kumar. How are you?
Yeah, I just want to. I have put a message in the chat box. Yeah. Good evening. There are certain situations where our adrenaline secretions would be more, the impulsive reacting would be more. At that stage, we don't think about the situation, but we react very impulsively, and subsequently, after a few hours or the post event, we think about the pros and cons. But I just wanted to know in crisis situation how to handle this, because the moment, as you rightly said, that at times we may not take things in a positive way subsequently, and the other person's reactions made us will trigger our adrenaline, and obviously there will be a lot of exchanges. Heated exchanges very often happens. In this
So,
situation, how to get a control of this?
so first thing I want to, thanks for asking this question, Sri Kumar. First thing I want to say is crisis situations are one and few in everybody's life. In my 50 years, I might have seen a handful of crises, right? So during crisis situation, we have to react because it is a crisis, right? And we react based on the information we have. And that's okay to make a decision, right? But we don't need to act as a crisis in every situation in our life. That's the problem we do, right? In crisis, yes, we need to react. And we need to react because it is called a crisis situation, right? That something serious happened, right? For example, in a family, something serious happened to the parent of the family, right? And they will go into problems. You react and help them, right? But those situations are in anybody's life are one to few. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, you're right.
But we mix the two and we act as if every situation is crisis. So my recommendation is, yeah, we need to react, but you take the decision based on the information you have, and then once you acted on it, then you analyze it later and then make sure that you can learn from it and improve it as we go forward. And I would say, yes, in crisis we have to react, not just we don't have time to act, right? That's why in the
Thank you, Sri
corporate world,
Kumar, for your
yeah,
question. Thank you very
Yeah.
much. Yeah.
in corporate world we have crisis management plans, right? That's why we make those plans.
Yeah. That's great. So we have the one audience. So we have just started, I think it's the second program which we have started this exercise. and it's good. The people can come in the studio and ask the question for the guest, so it's good. Yeah. Thank you for
Okay,
answering, Venkat.
we try to be innovative as much as possible and make this podcast live. Normally, people think that whenever you have a conversations like this, it becomes boring. So we try to get away from the boring energy, again the negative energy. We just try to be more happy and more positive.
Right.
Really positive discussion. Surely it will help for focusing on the mental strength.
Yeah,
Yes.
sure. It
Thank you
will.
very much, Naveen.
Yeah.
So Mr. Das, I would just a small little thing that I would like to put up here. As you started with the corona, you said that we start up with the negative energy because we start up with the newspapers, and newspaper is full of negative news. One of our friend suggested not to read newspapers, not to listen news in the morning, and then
I don't do that too. I don't do that too.
you don't.
That's
Okay.
correct.
Okay. In the COVID, as the challenges rose up, opportunities came up. Do you reflect how to convert the challenges into opportunities? What mindset does it require, and how does mental strength is required? What mental strength is required? And this leads me to the another question of mine. So I have two questions: how to monitor and how to test my mental strength?
Sure. The first question, let me answer, right? When the COVID situation came in suddenly to us, first is accepting that this is a problem is important. When you accept it, then you have better way to deal with it, right? The problem is people don't accepting it, right? That was a problem for all of us when we started with this thing, right? If you accept it, then then you will think and take action properly. That's the first. Did I answer you, Jawad? Because and now we know, right? You have to practice social distancing. You have to wear your mask. You have to wash your hands. But this is common sense. But see how many people are not doing it, and still we are having problems in the world. What do you call it? Do you call this as a? Do I need any mental strength for this? No, I need common sense. Right.
Which is not common. Yeah.
Yeah, which is not common, right? So
The common people.
that is why it is called common sense. That people don't use it, right?
Yeah, the acceptance is the one thing. Yeah, first thing.
Yeah. So second thing is, how do I convert? This is not just about COVID, right? Any challenge comes in also provides opportunities, right? Any challenge comes in provide opportunities. Now see, COVID came in, many families have come together and spending time together, which was not seen previously, right? For example, in my case, my daughter is with us from US. We are able to spend some time together. Without COVID, it would not have happened, right? So if you say there is, with every challenge, there is an opportunity, right? Now, if you see, there is a problem, airlines went into a lot of problems. Look at technology. We are able to use technology and now connect to the world. This was not fathomed previously. We were using it, but today, Teams, you call it Zoom. We are using. So there is a lot of opportunity on that side. Advertising, there's so much opportunity that people have started using it, right? There is opportunity for people to sell their products now in a different way and creatively, right? So always Mother Nature, when it gives challenges, it also gives us opportunities. We need to take time to see what those are and take advantage of them. And let's think positive side, not on the negative side. If I see so many COVID cases, so many people died, that's not in my control. What is in my control is how can I make my life better, people around me better, and the community better. What can I do to improve the community? If I think in that direction, my mind will be much more creative, right? Much more open and looks at the opportunities.
Thank you very much for a wonderful answer. The other question that I posed was how to check the mental, and I'm just looked at me, I mean, very stared at me. Sorry, Amir, I'm not looking at you. So another question is, how, how you check your mental strength, how you monitor it?
So for me, very simple thing. Am I acting or reacting? That's first. Am I letting go or not? Right? Am I letting go or not? Right? Whether my emotions are, anxiety is going up or down, or am I stable? You see, we don't need to ask anybody, how am I doing? We know in our heart whether we are happy or not. You need to ask yourself, am I happy or not? And what makes me happy? We think that material world makes us happy, really? That only gives you a happy moment for some time and it goes away.
Yeah.
Happiness is here within us, and we need to go inside. And these techniques, the breathing, the calming your mind, meditation will help. So you don't need to ask anybody, Jawad. You can sit back and see how, whether you're acting or reacting, whether you're letting it go or not, right? We cannot control anything or everything in life, but we want to do that. That is where the problem comes.
Yes.
Right?
I wanted to have a
That's
single
great.
opportunity where I can give Amir feedback. I'm
Yeah.
now Amir wants me.
After this program. So it's a
So,
quite yeah, good discussion. I think
Amir,
we are
Amir,
reaching at the,
one statement. Sorry,
sure,
sorry,
sure, why
please.
not? Sure, sure, sure.
As Venkat guided you today to share, I'm sure that you will share the wealth that you accumulated in your banks with me.
Yeah, sure, sure, sure. Why not? Why not? And same is come vice versa. Yeah. So, okay. So it's a quite nice. Seriously, what I have already taken these 3 point. I think is all discussion when you will be who are watching. I'm pretty much sure they will watch again because this is recorded available in the Facebook and YouTube. Yes, Venkat, you want to say something before we are going to?
Before we go there, Amir, I just want to touch on the wealth aspect that you guys were sharing, but it's very important, right? When we go and meet somebody, what are you expecting? A good smile and a good greet. You don't want
Yes.
anybody's wealth, right? We don't want
True.
anybody's wealth, really. Do we?
No,
We
we
just
don't. We
want,
don't.
we just want a good smile and a good greeting. And if we can do that, I mean, imagine, I think I said this to in other place, right? If we can behave the way I want to be treated, our life will be better. That's the
Hmm,
golden rule. The way I want to be treated, if I treat others, my life is.
classical. Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah.
Classic.
Classic. This
Classic.
one is, I think, is there is no any one of the point which you have already taken now in the end of the show. So how you are, you want to be treat yourself, you need to treat your others in the same way. Thank you,
Exactly.
Ali, for your feedback as well. Congratulations on another great show and bringing to us the helpful insights from Mr. Venkat. Embracing one problem is a first step in dealing with the solution. So people are taking what you are having a discussion with us. So it's a good point. Yeah. Thank you, Ali. As always, you are giving the feedback on our show.
Ali is a author, and we are honored and privileged that he.
Thank you, Aliji.
Yes. Uh, Mr. Venkat, as we run towards the end of the show, thank you very much for your time. We know that it's a weekend. We know that you have a lot to do, but still you honored us and you gave us a time. You shared your very, very important knowledge that will impact people's life, be it personal or professional. And we are thankful to you.
Yeah, thanks.
Uh,
Thank you for allowing me to come on the show. And one thing I want to mention, we friends, a couple of my friends, we started a non-profit organization today called Samishti in India. And, we'll be soon talking about it to others in the world. I think we are very happy and proud to, get together and start that. It's a happy moment for all
So
of us.
can you tell us the name of the organization again, because it will be some break when you are taking the name.
It's called Samishti, SAMISTI, which means
Samit.
inclusion, including everybody in what we do.
That's great.
Wow.
That's great. That's great.
Concept and the name is great. Venkat, it requires another show that you and your
Yeah.
friends might want to come. Whoever wants to join in, We'll get in touch with you about this your NGO, and
Sure.
the name is so exciting that I want, actually Amir and me both want to get to the
Understand.
idea.
Yeah.
But for today, thank you very much. All those who are watching, the cherry topping was that treat others the way you want to be treated. We
Yeah.
learned a lot. If I start talking about the learnings of today, it will next 10 minutes. So I won't go into that. The only request that I keep asking are, this is a favor to me and Amer, that
Yeah.
please follow SOPs.
Please
Corona
follow.
is hitting us back. Corona is hitting really hard.
Yeah.
We were discussing a while ago with Venkat that oxygen consumption has increased more than double around the globe. I was reading yesterday a friend's blog, and he wrote it. This is an indirect indicator of the corona's impact. Please take care of it. Please take care of yourself. You are the person responsible for your safety and for the safety of the people around you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it, and hopefully see you again next week.
Stay
Thank you,
safe, stay healthy. Thank you,
Amber, and
Venkat, again. Thank you.
thank you. Namaste and Khuda Hafiz.
Khuda Hafiz. Thank
Yeah.
you. Namaste.